What's up, everyone? My name is Diesel, and today we're jumping into Bladesong, the sword-making game where every blade actually matters. We're forging custom weapons, shaping steel by hand, and trying not to disappoint customers who really need these swords to survive. Somewhere in all this is Eren Keep, the so-called last haven of a dying world. So they say. Let's fire up the forge and see if I become a master smith or absolutely ruin some steel. Let's play Bladesong. In cloying darkness you writhe. You cling to life by the tips of your fingers. Something takes shape in the emptiness. Contours of flesh tracing along familiar lines. A withered old woman's face floating before your own. When she speaks, she has the rasping voice of a raven. Who are you? A swordsmith? Survivor? A saint? I'm a dying man. I'm a dying woman. A dying soul. I'm a dying man. Dying? Wrong. It is not yet your time. The sundering claimed untold lives, yet you endured when so many around you perished. What did you do to survive? I killed a lot. I joined a band of sellswolds, aka mercenaries, forging the blades used in the butchery. When the last of them died in battle, it was time for me to start over. We built a settlement at Osterhall. I was their smith and their spokesman. Many years we held out. One by one, I buried them all. I'm a wanderer. I plied my trade from settlement to settlement, gathering hard-won knowledge. About a world that is falling apart. I was a slave. I was too useful to kill. I was traded back and forth as a prize between warlords who kept me chained to a forge. When I saw my chance, I escaped. So the background grants +3 finesse and may open unique dialogue choices. Background grants 3 knowledge and may... Okay. Background grants 3 diplomacy and 3 toughness. I was a slave. Shackled in chains. A cold hand touches your brow. Water cools your burning throat. Kept something through all your hardships. A keepsake from a better time. What is it? An artisan's toolkit. A creative play style. Grants a bundle of leathers and pigments for more creative freedom early on. Okay. For a story-focused play style, grants a unique family heirloom. Okay. Passed down through prior generations of your lineage. A bottle of rare old world spirit. For an optimization-focused playstyle, grant a bottle of precious liquor to boost your progress. We'll have a toolkit. The Pigment Crimson. Ooh, I don't know what any of this is. We haven't even started yet. The fire is burning itself out, leaving you a damp shadow of your old self. You claw blindly in the darkness until more water is tipped down your throat. What do you believe in? Now the voices have abandoned this world? Oh, okay. Well, you got like a lot of different options that you can become. You make your own personal character, your own personal playthrough. Ambition. Humanity can rise above the voices. We learn their secrets. Ew. Continuity. Continuity. I believe in small things. Bread rising, seasons turning, children growing. Freedom. We're better off without the voices. Humans can adapt to anything. Compassion. Every small kindness is an act of defiance in a world without pity. Nothing matters anymore. There's peace in accepting that. I want freedom. I was a slave. Defiant to the end. You can shake your fist all you like, mortal. You can't stop what's coming. What's coming, ma'am? I'll leave you with one final question, and I don't expect an answer. What is your favorite color? What will fill the silence the voices left behind? Porn. Wenches. Wine. As the old woman's face retreats into the inky blackness, sparks flicker into life behind her, one by one. A field of stars burning with a sickly pale light. Like seeds taking root, they twist and expand, their tendrils branching and burrowing through the darkness until they've strangled it with light. Now wake, Smith. You still have a part to play in humanity's final act. Oh, good. Your eyes flutter as you regain consciousness. You're faintly surprised to find yourself alive. Either dead did not come for you, or when it did, or death didn't come from you. When it did, it found you unyielding. Awaken. Sit up, grasping, sweat-drenched. The fever is broken. Get your bearings. You're in a tent. There's no sign of your caretaker apart from a half-empty water pail and a damp cloth on your brow. You peek out of the tent flap, squinting against the sunlight. Outside, as far as the eye can see, stretches a chaotic sprawl of tents and shelters, turned mud into shallow graves. Most of your rations are gone. Your horse was already dying when the fever took you. Great. Its body is nowhere to be seen, but now it's likely soup. You're on your own. Remember, for a decade you were chained at the anvil, forging weapons for men so evil they could scarcely be called men. You were traded back and forth between warlords, too valuable to let die, until you finally seized an opportunity to escape. It was a long journey to Eren Keep, through dust and despair. Your last memories are of sliding from your dying horse, your numb legs tracking furrows in the mud as someone dragged you to shelter. But who? Outside the tent is a crude field forge, complete with an anvil. Did you crawl here a days? Or did you have a mysterious caretaker bring you here? Either way, the anvil gives you a feeling of home. Assess the fields. It seems to have been abandoned for some time, lacking anyone with the skill to work it. But it won't require much effort to get running again, should you need to make a living out here. Boom. Hopefully it won't come to that. First, you should head to the gates and try to secure entry into Eren Keep. That's why you came here after all. Alright, welcome to the Camp Swordsmith. People will come to you with commissions. You choose which commissions to take on. Commissions refresh daily. Select the highlighted button and oh my effing god. I turned this down before we even started. Holy shit. Turn the music down, my god. Alright, so you choose the commission to take on. Commissions refresh daily. Select the highlighted button to choose your first commission. Aha. Owen. Your first customer is a gaunt man in a tattered cloak. He approaches you, noticing an anvil outside your tent. You a blacksmith? Can you make me a sword? I've got the coin for it. Just make sure it's good and long. Yeah, right. I don't like my enemies to be hugging distance. You know, you get my meaning? Yeah, I get it, dog. All right. Wow. Okay. So to rotate the camera, hold the right mouse button. Move it. Okay. Move the camera along the blade. Hold the middle mouse button. Or alt. That's right. Oh, okay. Use the tutorial flag to top bar to revisit any information. Gotcha. Okay. Blade length. Customers have different requirements. Yes. Let's start shaping the blade. Click the plus button to add and change length ability. Change length. You can apply light or heavy hammer hits to alter your blade. Let's start with the light hits. Click the steel build to hammer and lengthen it. Okay. All right. In order to make larger changes to your blade, you can build up strength with heavy hits. Click when the hammer is at its highest position for a heavy hit. Aha. Nice. All right. Now the blade length requirement is met. It's quite the sword. It's quite the sword we got there. Pretty tight. Click the plus button to add a change thickness ability. Oh yeah, we're down with the thickness. Ooh, waka kaka. Feel free to use light and heavy hits as you please. Hold shift for even lighter hammer hits. I'm gonna hammer the brakes off this bitch. Okay. Let's make the blade wider using the change width ability. Change width. All right. Hammer a point on the sword. Usually customers won't accept a sword without a point. Well, that's because they're douches. They don't care. They don't care for the odds, you know. The cross-section ability makes your blade sharp. Let's add it. Oh. Cross section. All right, I'm looking at the top right here too. Cross section, looking pretty okay. Sword's physical properties. Point of balance, 30 centimeters. Cross section properties, 4.93 centimeters. I like it. All right, the edge is now sharp, and you can further adjust the shape of the cross section. Keep hammersmithing until the hexagon shape, boom, becomes a diamond shape. I'm gonna hammer you. Perfect. Great. Your blade is complete. Hit the hilt mode. Start working on the hilts. Where's the hilt mode? Aha, up here. Select the guard from the library and then attach it to a slot. So we got one, two, we got, yeah, look at the cell sword. Yeah. All right, so keep an eye on the resource panel to see how much you're spending. Ah, okay, so we got 14 steel. We own 22 of it. Interesting. Interesting. Add a grip for the next part. So we have an oval grip, mild taper thick, plain poplar wood. We'll do this. Boom. Your customer requires a two-handed sword, so your grip section needs to be long enough. Ah. You know what? Just for show. There we go. All right, so when holding a sword part, you can cycle through them using the Q and E and Control plus scroll wheel. Select the pommel and try this view. Try this now. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Boom. We're pommeling. You can detach sword parts again by clicking on them. Okay, so you can then get your resources back, so feel free to experiment. When you are happy with your two-handed hilt, let's make some final adjustments to the blade. Wow, okay. Change the width. Press X to flip the direction of your hammering, then hammer a narrow... Oh. Oh. Ah, okay. The commission is fulfilled. So it's time to sell your sword. Click the button above. Here, Owen. The man takes a sword and jabs it as his shadow experimentally. Okay, a slow grin crosses his face. This should do the trick. Thank you, Smith. Here's your payment. Amazing. That's going to hurt his hands. It's going to hurt his hands a whole bunch. The nameless sword. So there's going to be a bunch of detailing that you can do in this game. Even so much so that you can actually, I believe, take the blueprints and use them as a 3D print blueprint. You can 3D print your own sword. All right. Landon, I heard you came down with the wasting fever. Lucky to be alive you are. Anyway, can you modify the sword for me? I scavenged it from the ruins, but it hasn't got enough of a point to it, you know? So I want something that can stab into a thief's belly if I need to. He hands you the sword with a sharp edge, but a rounded tip. As you hold it to the light, he leans forward conspiratorially. I've only had this blade 3 days. I felt people's jealous eyes on me. Oh, okay. So it seems like it's an important one. They come for it in the night. I want to be able to give them a short, sharp stab. Okay. Yeah, it's a little bit rounded off. We can narrow the point. Oh, okay. We're adjusting the range of it. It's okay. The range influenced by your ability is marked with a line. Drag the circular handle at the end of this line. Hammer to apply your changes. There we go. It was waiting for me to give it to like the proper area before I can actually move on to the next thing. Nice work. When you fulfilled all the requirements, so we made it sharper. That was kind of cool. At first I didn't know what I was doing, and I still don't. Hey! The man takes a sword and tests the point, smiling at the bead of blood that wells at his fingertips. Then he stows it away, glancing around the camp as he does so. Folks out here will take everything from you if you ain't vigilant. Ain't a word, dog. Come on, dog. Come on now. Keep a keen eye out, Smithy. Will do. He scurries away with his back hunched as though, again, A non-existent downpour. Okay. I like this. Got received old tools. 15 silver. So this is just like a straight up blacksmith simulator mixed with a story. Just received a scrap item. Go to your inventory and see what we got. All right. Steel, wood, leather, a book companion. We got some pigment of crimson pigment. Slave shackles. We should just sell these. We should definitely sell those. All right. This costs a small amount of action points, so it's a perfect use of leftover points at the end of the day. Hover over items and see the description. Interact with the item to salvage it. F. Salvage. Get rid of that. Gotta eat steel for it. Tight. If you end the day with any action points left, they will be lost. So try to use them up whenever you can. All right, so we have 0 action points. We'll end the day. We made 35 coin. Explore Eren Keep. Need to enter the city first. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Passage into Eren Keep is barred by a colossal gate, taller than a ship's mast. It was built to withstand enemy armies, but since the Masked King's ascension, it mainly keeps out the desperate masses seeking his protection. Examine the magical barrier. Knowledge, 45. It's only visible in the half-light of dawn, or when it pours with rain. A faint shimmer that rises from the walls and captures Eren Keep in a vast dome. My apologies for my terrible reading. It's 4 o'clock in the morning right now. I just woke up. I'm a mess. Moving on. Knowledge. Damn. Damn. Its origins are shrouded in mystery, but the Masked King is somehow the key to its power. The barrier is why so many travel so far to camp outside these walls. This is the reason you came here. Braving countless dangers, this barrier keeps the dangers of the wastelands at bay. Approach the gate. As you approach, the portcullis rises to admit a caravan, and chaos breaks out. The crowd swells like a rising tide. Someone's getting whipped. As you approach, okay. Refugees push forward. Get back. Stranger danger, begging for entry. And the guards batter them back with their shields. The merchant wagons barrel through, their drivers using horsewhips to lash stragglers out of the way. Sneak through the wagons. You don't get far before a guard grabs you by the shoulder and flings you down the churned mud. Not on my watch. He gazes down at you like a fisherman disappointed with his catch. I want to enter the keep. You a citizen? Or got yourself a worker's permit? There's a worker's permit. We got workers. We got H1s, H1Bs, H1Bs. Of course I do. See the papers. I must have misplaced them. I walk through every day. Get out of here, applicant, and stop wasting my time. Damn. Applicant? That's a euphemism the guards use to refer to a desperate hordes camping at their gate. It's a nicer ring, you suppose, than refugee. I have very useful skills. I'm a blacksmith. Every applicant who comes here begging is a doctor or a master glassmaker or a damned alchemist. You think I was born yesterday? It's not wrong. If you're a smith, prove it. You just come with me, I'll demonstrate my skills at my forge. You think I can just leave my post like that? He's right. Yeah. You return to your tent where your makeshift forge awaits. You're hardly at your best, working with such limited materials, but it's all you have for the time being. It won't be long before your cachet of steel runs out. Since it seems you're going to be here longer than expected, you should make it a priority to find a merchant in this godforsaken place. A new day has dawned. Nicely done. You finished the tutorial. From today on, you'll have more action points to spend. You won't be able to complete every commission, so pick the ones you like the sound of. The game will open up from here. Don't be afraid to explore. Here are a few resources to get you started. Explore? Where am I exploring? All right, so we got 40 steel, 100 XP, you receive 30 wood. Alright, so we have advanced sword part scaling. Pretty good. We're not bad. We're not bad. Unlock with 1 skill point. Oh. Can't just yet. Mark. Oh, hi. Oh, hi. I'm sorry, not Mark. Kark. A smiling man approaches your anvil. He stands out as conspicuously healthy, lacking the stick-thin frame and hollow cheeks of most people in the camp. Oh there, Smith. I'm in need of a good weapon. What do you need it for? I keep the fine folks of the camp safe from thieves. Well, most thieves. Of course, safety ain't free. Gotta eat, right? And if some folk don't want to chip in for the greater good, well, trouble seems to find them. I see. Yawns. Alright, so we have 6 action points and 15... Okay. Sure. Let's forge it. Okay. So, blade length requires 49 to 69%, current 10%. Change the length. We're banging. We're clanking. We need between 49 and 69. We're at 39. He wants a long-ass sword. And bang, bang, bang. All right, we're check marked. So when we get a check mark, we're good as gold. Very good. All right. Change the thickness. All right, we're at 100% thickness. Change the width. We're at 100%. This is big. It's pretty big. Okay, required to be two-handed. Booksmith's companion. Required at least 2. I don't know what that means. So it doesn't need to be full 100% width. Yikes. Let's redo that a little bit. Sharpness +3. Hey, hey, hey. Very cool. All right. All right. So let's get the hilt here. We'll get our cell sword right there. We have to make it a two-hander. Boom. And then we'll do a nice little hilt at the bottom, or a pommel. There we are. That's clutch. I like it. A regular point. I don't know what you mean by regular point. There we go. Could be too sharp. All right. Everything's checkmarked. Everything's all green. Sources. Okay, so we have 53. Used 22. 35. All right. Offer it to Kark. Kark tests the blade's edge with his thumb. His ever-present grin widening. Firelight makes the steel gleam hungrily. Quality work, Smith. Always happy to support a local craftsman. Keep the camp economy flowing, right? His laughter rings out as he leaves. The other refugees scurrying out of his path. Would you like to accept his offer now? Sure. See, that's a tight-looking sword right there. It's gorgeous. 2 broken cartwheels. Okay. I don't know what that does. I don't know what that is. You have earned a skill point. Open the skill tree to spend it on improvements. Will do. Advanced swordsmithing. What does that do? Ah. Unlocks advanced cross-section controls. Sword part scaling. Oh. You can make things bigger and smaller. Asymmetrical blades. Allows you to forge asymmetrical blades. That's me, dog. That's me. I'm gonna make a freaking grinder. So we got 2 action points left. Alright, shattered spokes, a cracked rim will never carry another cart, but perhaps you can turn it into some purpose. Yes, you know what? We'll salvage it. We'll salvage another one. So we're all out of action points. One of the day. We made 101. Oh no, we made 86. Nice. Outer gate, camp, outer gate. Stay at the camp here for a second. We're at level 2. I do enjoy the art style. Outside the walls of Eren Keep, desperate souls gather in makeshift tents, pleading for entry. Scavenge for food. Introduce yourself to the neighbors. We'll scavenge for food. The tragedy of the applicant's camp is indescribable. So is the smell. There are no sewers out here, and not everyone bothers to go to the outskirts to use the latrines. Gross. But also, what do you expect? Tucked away from the squalor, you find a pocket where desperation hasn't completely taken over. Children are playing in the mud. A few scrawny chickens peck at the ground, miraculously uneaten. Unbelievable. As you pick your way through, wary eyes track your movement from tent flaps, some calling out to alert their neighbors to a presence of a newcomer. At the center of this little commune, you find a family crouched around a huge cooking pot. Ooh, simmering with meat and scrounged vegetables. Yes. The little girl tosses a handful of wild herbs into the stew. Her mouth begins to water. Approach them. A father and mother, a gaggle of children, a grandmother with a face like an ancient apple, even a dog, rolling on its back in the dirt, tongue waggling. They're rough-looking sorts, filthy and gaunt, but you're not exactly presentable yourself these days. Get back, Fido. As you get closer, the man switches aside his cloak to reveal a heavy wooden club. His wife hand darts to a dagger in her belt. Dog snarls, hackles raised. They all look like they're carefully awaiting your next move. Slaughter them. The dog lifts up his lip in a snarl as you approach, but at the last moment, it lowers its head and allows you to scratch behind its ear. I gotcha. Got him. Clodo seems to like him. Oh, Clodo seems to like him. Yeah, that's good enough for me. Bearded man. Oh there, stranger. Name's Bennett Maunder. This here's my wife, the old ball and chain Trianne, and her ma, Gaida. Oh, so you're is him, his wife, and his stepmom, his mother-in-law, not stepmother, mother-in-law. Ew. I can take you through the names of the whoa nippers too. Like okay, but I get them mixed up myself. Whoa. The young man smiles wanly, withdrawing her hand from the dagger's hilt. The old woman just nods, her expression lost in a mask of wrinkles. Mass of wrinkles. The children cluster behind their father, peeping at you and giggling. What are you laughing at? Huh? What are you laughing at, batch? And you've already met my Clodo. He's a good boy. Keeps the vultures away. With the word vultures, Bennett's expression darkens. Clodo sneezes disdainfully. Vultures? Ah, human vultures. Ah, yes. He doesn't elaborate further, but his shoulders stiffen. Smells incredible. It only smells good because, from the looks of you, you haven't eaten a proper meal in weeks. Come on. Pull up a rock and grab a bowl. It's a hugely generous gesture. Meat out. Here's a precious gold. This man has children to feed. Sit down and enjoy their meal. Listen, never ever listen. If you're hungry, you're starving, someone offers you food, you take it. It's hot and thick and rich with meat. It's the best thing you've ever tasted. For the first time in weeks, the hunger in your belly ceases its howling. How long have you been camping out here, Bennett? Almost 2 months now. Every day I beg the guards to let us through. They're not interested in the likes of us. They offer us trade. They'll take our nippers, and keep them safe. Your children, you mean. If Trianne and I go work outside, ourselves to death, in their minds, but then who would look after the old Gidahai? You can let her die. You just let her outside. You should take that offer, Bennett. That's the only chance you've got. There's always hope. That's what I say. How many other families have you met in this camp who've kept everyone together and alive in this cursed age? The Mounders are a different breed. We'll find a way into the keep, and we won't need to sell out our old Gita to do it. Where'd you find all this food? You seen those big merchant caravans that come trundling through camp every day? A box of rations fell off the back. Oh, so it's just like some mob story. Yeah, a box fell off the back of a truck. What kind of luck is it, eh? Yeah. Just fell off on its own? Teach me your ways. In truth, I'm not sure I could do it again. The timing was perfect. The guards were distracted. The merchants had all caught the wasting fever. They could barely lift their heads. Can't rely on that kind of luck. Pleasure to meet you, Bennett. I'll see you later. Away from the Mounders, the atmosphere of the camp reasserts itself. Unfriendly glares, distant sobbing. You draw your coat close around yourself and hurry back to your tent. Hello! Tents near you, mostly occupied by unfriendly, suspicious folk. They spit on the ground when you approach and ward you off with threatening gestures. Just gave you the middle finger. There's one exception, however. A young woman who actually smiles at your approach. Haha, what's up? Though her eyes are haunted, hollow set. Maybe not. Glad to see you're feeling better. You were on death's door there for a while. I'm sorry, have we met? Well, no, you weren't exactly conscious. I dragged you to safety after you fell off your horse. Thank you for that. No problem. The old woman did most of the work, nursing you back to health. I checked in now and then, but she told me you were still recovering. Where is she anyway? I haven't seen her in days. She was gone by the time I woke up, and I have no idea who she was. Strange. I assumed she was a relative of yours. Must have been just a kind-hearted old soul. Count your blessings. There's not many of those around this camp. Aye. It's nice to see a friendly face around here. And good to meet you, too. Name's Shev. Short for Shavina. What's up, Shavina? Mazel, House and Pepper Incorporated, but only my mother calls me that, and she's been dead for 10 years. Way to bring up old stuff. She's painfully thin and covered in grime, much like everyone else in this camp. She's the first person you've seen smile, though. What do you imagine goes on here in Eren Keep? I'm starting to forget what civilization even looks like. As long as it's better than here. If Eren Keep everyone eats like an emperor in the streets, no, it's safe in there. The masked king looks after his people. At least I think so. He's probably eating all of them. Yeah, well, safety is a fair bit better than that, what we got here. Isn't it? It is. She lapses into silence. Somewhere in the distance, a scream rings out. You both try to ignore it. Do you know anyone selling materials I could use for the forge? Oh, steel for the forge. Journal entry. Nice, 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 nice. I heard someone say that there's a scrap peddler in the Lost City selling all sorts of things. Be careful if you go to the Lost City, though. That place gives me the shivers. New location has been marked on your map, the Lost City. Goodbye, Shavina. If you would like, come back and you can chortle on my nuts. Very good. I've been stuck out here for weeks. Been waiting for an invite like that. And not everyone in campus is as friendly as you. Not sure how much longer I can last. Can you do me a favor? I sure can. If you get into Eren Keep before me, find a fellow named Lucas Boriana. He's my uncle. If he knew I was out here, he'd help me. I'm sure of it. Of course, I'll let him know you're here. Thank you. He rubs her eyes. Look at me, getting my hopes up. Lucas Boriana. Remember the name. Chev lifts her hand in farewell as you walk away from her tent. Her smile is as fragile as porcelain. Time to your bedroll, enjoying the rare feeling of a full belly. You are now well fed. Excellent. Making money. We got a belly full of food. Everything is everything. We got 10 more action points. This game is very interesting. Thalers, 31 steel. We're not going to be able to make much. What's Osco want? Desperate looking man shuffles forward, unwrapping a battered blade from a dirty cloth. I haven't taken proper care of this. Been too focused on just surviving. Could you fix that? Sure. We'll forge it. What do we have here? Blade length is fine. Sharpness just needs to be sharpened, that's all. Alright, so it's a regular point. Alright. There we go. To change the thickness of it here a little bit. So if I tapped it on here, you just basically gotta like dick around with some stuff. Sharpness +1, sharpness +2. It cracks all the check marks. Stiffness, a little stiff. We'll be fine. All right, we fixed it. And we're not really making a whole lot of cash off this. So mixed with the cross section and the thickness, and of course it needs a regular point. But now, you can offer it to him. He examines the repaired weapon with amazement, running his fingers along the restored metal. It's like you brought it back from the dead. I love you, Smith. Settle down, buddy. 20 XP, a couple thalers, and a good deed done. Quite good indeed. Yes. Alright, now for some actual money making. Let's see. We got 31 steel. Isolde? 4 action points. A woman stands at your anvil, her eyes scanning the horizons. She flinches as you approach her. I hear tonight, you know, circling, screeching, getting closer. What? The others say I'm mad, but we left that thing back in the waste. But they didn't see what I did, or what it did to my brother. The way it looked at me as it tore him limb from limb. Oh my god. It didn't hunt like an animal. It watched me, enjoyed my fear. I'm sure it's followed me all the way. Sounds like a good blade at your side should come in handy. I don't know what a sword can do against something like that, but I figure having a sword is better than having nothing at all. Boom! See, we're talking about selling. We're upselling. Everything's good. We're gonna make her a nice little handle. Like 44.50. Let's go. Change the length. It's a lady now. It's a lady. So we got 17. Let's hammer the crap out of it. And there's also a little bit of a in between here. There's a nice little area. You got to get in between there and you should be Gucci. I'm going to hit it one more time. There we go. There we go. There we go. The gigantic sword for a woman. No offense. Of course, I can't really see her. She might be a bigger broad. Who knows? Might be a sturdy gal. All right. Change the width. Doesn't need to be crazy. You know? Need to be wild. Pigment black. Wow. Well, why does it gotta be black? One hand. It's gotta be a one-handed sword, a regular point. Okay. Point that out. Do a regular point. Taper the width. Very good. Taper the thickness. Whatever that means. Cross section. Oh. Use the asymmetry feature to create a single-edged blade or add decoration to one side of the sword. For most abilities, you can set which side of the blade are influenced, left, right, or both. Click asymmetry button to cycle through. Oh. Okay. Very good. I was like, I think I'm doing it okay. I think I'm doing it all right. Give her one of those, and we'll just give her one of those. So now it's one-handed. Very good. Smooth leathers. We now have cow leather, wood black, pigment black. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. And something simple, nothing too wild. We're all green, all check marked up. It's quite the sword. Offers to Isolde. She weighs the blade in her mind. The balance is perfect. I know. I made it. When it comes, I won't hesitate. Not like before. Not like when I ran and they went when I left him. She pauses. The pause lengthens until it becomes clear. She won't speak again. Quality craftsmanship. It'll see your beast off. Yes, yes, yes. You know a sword can only do so much if you don't know how to use it. Pleasure doing business. There you go. I heard it again last night. Closer than ever. Let it come. I'm not scared anymore. That's a fighting spirit. She's totally gonna die, chat. She's totally gonna die. Everyone's dying here. Everybody's dying here. And we're almost at level 2. Tight. Do we have any more people? Yeah, Jansen. I got 5. Got action points. Leather. We don't have a whole lot of materials left here. I haven't taken proper care of this. We'll fix up your sword real quick, bud. We'll fix up the same janky. Damn, son. Alright. So, point. Sharpen this out here. So, regular point. We'll take the cross section. We'll move that down here. And let's change the width. Change thickness. 2. Let's make it so dumb looking. Aha! How dumb that is. Hey, it knocks everything out. Regular point? No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. It's the biggest blade. It's like a friggin' Final Fantasy blade. I don't care. It checks all the boxes. He examines the repaired weapon with amazement. I'm sure he does. It's like you brought it back from the dead. I owe you, Smith. Yeah, you do. Look at this ugly piece of garbage. This entire thing should be sharp. Whoops. Well, he's probably... Listen, it's not our sword, all right? I practically did that for free. Practically. All right. And we got 4 action points. We have anything in our inventory. Salvage these. We can salvage that. Get 2 extra action points. Or not 2 extra action points, but I think that's all we can do at the moment. So we have finesse. Oh, we're so close to level 3. Toughness. Unfortunately, I can't kill these chickens, can I? Well fed, a hearty meal. All right, we'll end the day here. Yeah, I mean, we can't do anything. Can't do anything with those action points. But now the Lost City, the scrap peddler can be found here. The scrap peddler. Lost City. Oh. Sounds like another hellhole. Not all of Eren Keep was granted the Masked King's protection. In centuries past, the city spilled beyond its ancient walls. Now, the barrier, with traces of the wall's course, has left these outer areas at the mercy of the wastes. Nicknamed the Lost City, these crumbling districts have been picked over by countless looters, but rumors persist that there is worthwhile treasure to be found amongst the rubble. Search for the ruins for valuables. The lost city has been endlessly picked over by scavengers. Your hopes of finding something are slim, but irresistible. Shards and rubble crunch underfoot as you trudge down empty streets. Sure enough, one by one, the half-collapsed shells of houses prove to offer nothing of value. Venture deeper into the lost city. You discover the ruins of a bathhouse, hot. Its proud columns ensnared by vines, the mosaic floors smashed and the tiles scattered. There's the bathhouse. Your footsteps echo strangely. The marble floors are still smooth, though coated in years of grime. You found your way to a private chamber where the empty bath is filled with a tangle of ancient human bones. There's not a scrap of clothing in sight. Perhaps some final orgy to usher in the end of the world. Why not? Something glints between the pair of ribs, a gold locket on a chain. As you wrench it free, the skeleton collapses into a heap of bones. Hey, one gold pendant. Find your way to the outskirts. For a moment you think you've lost your way, but then you spot a fountain you recognize. Its statue cracked and headless, its remaining water just a puddle of black slime. You breathe a sigh of relief. This is familiar territory. Seek out the scrap peddler. As night draws closer, the shadows in the lost city come alive. Hidden eyes watch from high places. You scurry through the ruins, feeling as small and vulnerable as an insect. Fortunately, the scrap peddler is easy to find. He warms his hands over a blazing fire in an empty market square, accompanied by a sad-looking mule pulling a cart full of junk. He is an off-putting sight. Most of his face is bandaged, but the exposed areas are a mess of festering sores and flaking skin. He's a leper, and he's gross, and we have to deal with him all the time. Ew, ew. You dread to think what the bandages are hiding. Oh, God. Not contagious! It's not contagious! Peddler points at himself as he shouts. One yellow eye peers madly at you through the gauze. What kind of malady afflicts you? Okay. Do you expect me to stake my life on your honesty? All right. What kind of malady? What you got? It's not contagious, I swears it. He doesn't seem to fully understand your question. Taking a look at him, his disease looks like either leprosy or a terrible skin condition. You just need some lotion. Need some lotion. Either way, best not to get too close. I have many things. I found them in the dark places. I sell to you? How'd you find all this stuff? Don't take this the wrong way, but I'm surprised no one has killed you and stolen your goods. What do you sell here? Can I see your wares? Listen, don't ask too many questions to the vendor, all right? But it's too dark. The dark time is for taking my favorites, not giving. Come back in daylight so you can see what you was buying, yes? New vendors available from your forge, scrap peddler. Tight. A good day to the peddler. He's filled with dirty things. Partners forever, always, yes? His rotten grin sends a shiver down your spine, but he seems like he's okay. The sun slips low in the sky. The shadows of the ruins lengthen. It's time to leave. You just unlocked your first vendor. At any point during the day, visit vendors to buy resources on other items. Nice, nice. Ah, so we just automatically go to them now. Nice. You make your way through the lost city, the harsh daylight throwing the ruins into stark relief. The sound of your footsteps echoes eerily in the crumbling silence. At last, you reach the Scrap Peddler's Square, a rubble-strewn market plaza reclaimed by weeds. The peddler perks up at your approach, his one visible yellow eye widening with excitement at the prosper of a customer. I'll save the prettiest trinkets for you, yes? Survey his wares. Ah. I like that. So we have 166 coin. Wood. Get some leathers in there. A common blacksmith bread and butter horseshoes were once a symbol of skill and were alleged to bring good luck. A modular thinking? It's 100 coin though. Sword essentials. Guard. Okay, Peterson type H. Pommel. So it gives us different kinds of pommels and different kinds of things. Gotcha. Gotcha. Old tools. Okay. So we got basic steel. Can we sell something? No. We can't. Oh, gold pendant. Better hide this well. Glean the gold artifacts of jealousy like flies. You know, can I sell this? So Thalos is the currency. There's some wood, some supple leather. And we're golden. Scrap peddler dances. He's excited. His bandaged hands fluttering over his collection. The mule retches pitiably. Goodbye, peddler. I'll see you again. Tell your friends of me. Tell them I'm not contagious. Not at all. I'll do what I can. So what do we got here? 12, Osco, Viola, Corthon, Super Corthon. I need a proper weaponsmith. I've come to realize that you can't get far in this world with just a rusty little knife. No, you cannot. Need some sharp, clever digs. If I'm to claw a decent life from this chaos, I require leverage. And in times like these, nothing provides leverage quite like a yard of sharp steel. I accept your mission, sir. So what do you need? 34 to 40, 54%? You got it. So let's lengthen this bad boy out. Huh. Huh. Back it up. %. Just seems so long. Not the first time I've ever said that. All right, we'll change the thickness about it. Let's move this to the center here. Let's get a little closer. Damn, boy, you thick. Very good. Change the width out a little bit. Doesn't need to be too wide, especially after that last one we just did. Get to a point. A narrow point, you say. Make it real narrow then. Nice. Narrow point. Done. Material wood. Okay. We can totally do that. We can totally do that. Yeah, that'll do. Paper thickness. That seemed to be alright. Let's get a hilt on here for you. There we go. Let's spin it around here. Let's get a different pommel. Steel. Steel pommel? Oh. No. Oh, we need wood first. Gotcha. Get a little wood variant going on there. Looking, oh, material wood. There we go. So wait, 3 different kinds of wood? No. It's fine wood. That's all we got. We got 2 out of 3. 2.9, huh? We'll make it a wood sword. Wood pommel and everything. We got the 3 out of 3, 3 out of 3, 3 out of 3. I like it. We'll X out of this. Get to the blade section. Everything's good. All green, everything. Know what I'm saying? Oh, we need a cross section. There we go. That'll do. It'll be fine. The sword is taken, admired, and stowed away. Very nice. This should prove quite persuasive. The world's not fair, so it might as well be unfair in my favor, eh? True. It's ugly, but it's ours. We received gold. Nice, nice. Received a leather bag, too. This should put us at level 3 at least. Yeah. Sensational. Well, since we got all this, asymmetrical blades. We already unlocked that with a skill point. So I need to unlock this ability, level 5. Gotcha. Advanced cross-section controls allows you to scale sword parts. But you can get into some crazy detail in here. And I would like to definitely get to that point. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, because that is going to be our video for the day. I don't have enough points. Victoria. Spelled V-I-K-T-O-R-Y-A. I'm going to have to remember that. I'm going to remember that. But let me know what you think. It's actually a pretty wild, nifty, different game. Very, very narrative driven. It would be nice if there was some, I don't know, voice acting. Maybe a little motion here and there, but it sets up a big mood. Gives you a nice little story. Gives you places to go, things of interest, and we're just starting out putting swords together. I don't know if we're going to mess around with any kind of like axes or maces, kind of like we did in Blacksmith Simulator, but I dig it. And I want to play a little bit more, but we'll leave you at a little cliffhanger. A little bit of a cliffhanger. Everyone around here is dying. It stinks. We met our first vendor. We met our first lady. We'll get in there. We'll get in there real quick. Toot sweet. But again, let me know what you think in the comment section down below, because that's going to be our video for today. If you enjoyed this video, by all means, hit that like button. Helps out my channel ever so much more than you know. If you like it a whole lot, go ahead, hit subscribe. New videos coming out every single day, live streams every week. Make sure you hit the bell notification, be aware of all the new content. Everyone, peace out, like shout, y'all. And I'll check you out right here again in Bladesong next time.